This is the QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studio on Caraba Avenue, and I am Lena Igoniba. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. The country director of the African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANICAD, says the ongoing criminal accountability process of some members of ex-President Jammeh's death squad, the so-called junglers, is crucial for the healing of the victim survivors. World Rabies Day, observed annually on September 28, was commemorated on Saturday by the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust in collaboration with animal welfare advocates. The Crab Island Technical Vocational Education Training Foundation has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Jiangsu Maritime Institute of China's leading maritime institutes. A young Gambian artist is gaining prominence in the creative arts industry for his immaculate artistic work by using art to tell stories of adversity and triumph. Renowned Gambian artist One Park recently spoke about his inspirational artistic journey and urges immediate action to tackle the ongoing drug crisis. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Sirandao, the country director of the African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANICAD, says the ongoing criminal accountability process of some members of ex-President Jammeh's death squad, the so-called junglers, is crucial for the healing of the victim survivors. Usman Jatta has more.
Nana Jundao founded the African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANICAD, in 2013. In honor of her father Saul Ndao, who was forcibly disappeared in the Gambia. Enforced disappearances are the secret abduction or imprisonment of a person with the support or acquiescence of a state, followed by a refusal to acknowledge the person's fate or whereabouts with the intent of placing the victim outside the protection of the law. ANICAD is a victim-led civil society organization which supports Gambians to heal all wounds and secure justice for victims and survivors. Sirandao is the country director of the African Network.
The junglers, according to the artist's testimony, we took them back to Kanilai, where we learned that they were eventually killed. Because the family lost contact with him when he went to Senegal and was there after we tried to reach him several times and couldn't. We eventually realized that our worst nightmare, which at the time of that, during that regime of the Jammeh, really your loved one, even if you don't see them for an hour, you start worrying, let alone for hours and days and weeks and turning into months and then years.
ANICAD, which started its work in the Gambia and Ghana, operates a memory house in Gambia which serves as a memorial center where a permanent exhibition honoring victims of the former regime are archived. A first of its kind in the Gambia, it aims to promote peace, justice and contribute to building a lasting culture of the respect for human rights and empathy in the country. Memory House, through ANICAD, partners with schools and youth groups to promote positive dialogue around human rights and justice. Sirandao explains the need to portray the stories of victims in a way that maintains its originality.
As a civil society and as victims, we also believe that it's very important that we have our own stories to tell. We tell our stories our own ways as well. You know, what is to say that somebody in the next 200 years or so is not going to try and change the story of what happened. So it is we feel very strongly about having the stories of victims told by the victims in their own way.
Michael Sankore, an alleged member of former President Jammeh's death squad, is facing trial in the United States, which began on the 16th of September 2024 in Denver. This marks the first time a non-U.S. citizen is facing justice in a U.S. federal court for torture committed abroad. His trial means justice and accountability for the victims' community of the former regime. As a leading advocate of accountability for the victims of the Jammeh era, Director Ndao is of the view that accountability is a crucial remedy for the victims' healing.
Money ends, but seeing that the person who did this to you has come forward willingly or unwillingly and has admitted or has been found guilty of the crimes that they have done and the law has taken its course, it's a big part of the healing process for victims and the families of victims, because we have to remember that for those that passed away, their children are here.
After 2.5 years of hearings and investigations, The Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission (TRRC) found that at least 240 persons were found to have been allegedly murdered by state agents under Jammeh's rule, with nearly 150 people killed between 2000 and 2010. Director Ndao says the accountability process will serve as a warning to avert future reoccurrence of such heinous crimes.
If there's no consequence, then what is the point? Why would I not do bad if I come and say that there's no consequence, I can do whatever I want?
393 witnesses testified before the Truth Commission, the majority of whom were victims, as did some self-confessed perpetrators. Aniket uses strategic lawsuits as part of its strategy to promote human rights, and thus, over the past 3 years, has filed 5 cases against the government of the Gambia and Ghana at the ECOWAS Court of Justice for failure to conduct proper and impartial judicial investigations into enforced disappearances. Usman Jata, reporting for QTV News.
World Rabies Day, observed annually on September 28th, was commemorated on Saturday by the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust in collaboration with animal welfare advocates. Events were held in several locations in West Coast Region, Kanifing Municipality, and other parts of the country. Julden Jai reports.
The theme of the 18th World Rabies Day is Breaking Rabies Boundaries, chosen to highlight the need for progress and moving beyond the status quo. The day is observed on the 28th of September because it marks the anniversary of the death of Louis Pasteur, the French chemist and microbiologist who developed the first successful rabies vaccine. At the Birkama Veterinary Center, one of the free vaccination centers for dogs, Lang Baba Sise, the general manager, Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust, says they commemorate the day every year across the country, but due to financial constraints, they are conducting the activity in only 25 communities.
Our big challenge was how to get the medicines. It's always a problem to the country, I can say. Last year, we very struggled to have some, but this year, thank God, we have a strong contact there, so we have about 1,000 plus.
Dr. Usman Sise, the Deputy Director General Veterinary Service at the Department of Livestock Services, extend thanks and appreciation to the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust for providing all the inputs that are necessary for the activity.
The Department of Livestock Services under the Minister of Agriculture is committed to the global strategy for the control of rabies.
The WHO set a 0-by-30 global strategic plan for the elimination of human deaths from dog-mediated rabies. Dr. Keba Dafe, consultant for Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust, says we still need more to do in order to meet the target.
Last year, within that framework, 1 million dogs globally have been vaccinated against rabies. In this country, probably we did less than 1,000. And for World Rabies Day last year, it's about 500. So really, we need to double up. A lot more needs to be done.
Mohamed Hazaliba, president of Animal Welfare Advocate Association of the Gambia, is among those who vaccinate their dogs, but he was bitten by the dog during the vaccination process. He therefore has this to say.
I was not expecting that the dog would bite me, but it happened to bite me. But I know that I'm comfortable because the dog used to have treatment time to time and we used to vaccinate it. So the scenario happened here was not expected.
Conor Abanades Kenyon, a veterinary doctor volunteering with the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust, highlight the signs and symptoms to look out for in dogs that are infected.
The initial course should start when the dog is around 3 months old, so 12 weeks or so, and they should have 1 dose then, and then a second dose a year after. In endemic countries, so where rabies is prevalent constantly, like in the Gambia, ideally it should be repeated every year. So the dogs that are very angry, very aggressive, they try to bite and they're salivating, so those are definitely signs to look out for.
At the Abuko Center, Dr. Mustafa Mane, head of the Disease Prevention Unit at the Department of Livestock Services, also highlighted the importance of the day.
We have vaccinated 16 dogs, but we have a total of 85 vaccines here today that we intend on using before the end of the day. We have over 1,000 dog bite cases that are reported at hospitals.
Salifu Toure is one of the people who vaccinated their dogs.
All of them should come forward and vaccinate their dogs.
While a variety of animal species can host rabies, dogs are responsible for 99% of human cases, according to the World Health Organization. For QTV News, I am Julden Yai.
The Crab Island Technical Vocational Education Training Foundation has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Jiangsu Maritime Institute, one of China's leading maritime institutes. As Usman Jatta reports, this partnership focuses on enhancing technical vocational training, particularly in maritime disciplines, and also facilitate teacher-volunteer exchange programs.
In a time when collaboration transcends borders, the Crab Island Vocational Center is embarking on a transformative journey by signing a landmark partnership with Jiangsu Maritime Institute. Usman Silla, the former National Assembly member for Banjul North, is chairperson of the Crab Island Technical Vocational Education Training Institute's foundation.
And the MOU is about a partnership between the two institutions, Crab Island Tibet Foundation and Jiangsu Maritime College, Maritime Institute called JMI. And it entails collaboration in technical and education training that benefits the two institutions, that benefits young people in the two countries. And it also entails teacher exchange, whereby Jiangsu would send its trainers to Crab Island to train our trainers or to train our students, our trainees, and Crab Island also doing that likewise.
This partnership presents a commitment to fostering a sustainable future for maritime education in the Gambia. Usman Silla emphasizes the importance of this affiliation with the Chinese Maritime Institution.
They have abundant resources, extensive expertise that Crab Island can leverage on to improve on our capacity to be able to deliver quality Tibet for our trainees in the Gambia.
Founded in 1951, Jiangsu Maritime Institute is a full-time higher vocational college recognized as the first specialized institution for training ocean-going seamen. Chairman Silla highlights the positive impact this partnership will have on Crab Island's expansion program.
Crab Island presently is undergoing expansion, infrastructure-wise, expansion, course-wise, because we're going to have more courses. We have been offering 7 courses for the past 2 cohorts, the first and the second cohort. With the third cohort, we are going to introduce 6, excluding the ones that are dealing with maritime. So Crab Island can now offer up to 20 courses, different courses. So that means more intake, and that more trainers, that is more employment for Gambians.
Established in 1957, Crab Island Secondary School initially provided basic and technical education for students in grade 7 to grade 9. However, it closed in 2012 due to deteriorating facilities. In 2021, the school was revitalized and transformed into a technical and vocational education training center, focusing on training for individuals aged 16 to 35 who had dropped out of traditional education. Mr. Silla emphasizes the importance of investing in the future of young people to boost self-employment initiatives.
So for me, I believe that it's good to prepare for the future. Let us train our people to develop the expertise, to wait for jobs. When jobs come, it will be easy. Rather than waiting for jobs, rather than jobs coming and waiting for Gambians. And skills is the way for Gambia. Skills is the way for Africa. Gambia can only develop when we develop skills, when we invest in skills. And government needs to increase its investment in skills.
The government has been proactive in enhancing TVET to empower youth and strengthen the workforce. A clear example of this commitment is the launch of the Skills Innovation Entrepreneurship Fund, which is coordinated by the Ministry of Higher Education. Usman Jatta, reporting for QTV News.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local and sports news stories. Do stay tuned.
In a place where conviction meets compassion, Heritage Christian University College stands tall, shaping futures and societies. Here, creativity isn't just a concept, it's the fuel for social change. But it's not just about entrepreneurship, it's about nurturing a spirit of service and community. We instill in our students the values of leadership and giving back. Our graduates don't just end degrees, they embody entrepreneurship, philanthropy, ethics, and global competence. Heritage is where innovation thrives amidst a serene environment, offering unparalleled experiences. Come, be part of our journey where creativity and community unite to shape a better tomorrow. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. The Bertel Harding Highway is transforming transportation in the Gambia with new roundabouts and vehicular overpasses. But safety must come first. Standing along the road or at roundabouts to flag down taxis creates unsafe conditions and unnecessary traffic jams. Remember, always board taxis at designated taxi garages or the garas located at major traffic points. Drivers stopping in no stopping zones will be penalized. Let's keep our roads clear and safe. Together, we can ensure a safe and efficient journey for all.
Q Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. A young Gambian artist is gaining prominence in the creative arts industry for his immaculate artistic work. Ibrahim Agite, who held his second art exhibition at the Alliance Francaise on Thursday, is using art to tell stories of adversity and triumph. QTV's Ansumana Isonyasi was at the exhibition, and he now reports.
Until 6 years ago, Ibrahima was an active football player with dreams of playing professional football in one of the biggest leagues in Europe. However, having lost his father and chances of turning professional proving difficult, he turned to what is perhaps his biggest gift, painting. Unlike many artists whose work mostly features nature, Ibrahim Agite is using his artistic flair to tell stories of young people and women aiming to shine the spotlight on their stories of adversity and triumph. Supported by Alliance Francaise, his second solo exhibition attracted a crowd of admirers who came to witness the work of one of the country's finest painters. The theme for this year's exhibition focuses on youth and irregular migration and abuse of women, with some of these paintings inspired by personal stories.
Art is what I really love to do, because I always adjust myself to push harder than before. Anything, every year, I love to change my style. And I love to do different texture than last year what I did. So this time, before I was more into portrait than abstract. So but right now, all my paintings are abstract. This time, no face, because I'm introducing this style of art, no face. It's because I just want everybody to feel yourself in my art.
For Ibrahim Agite, these paintings are not just images. They represent stories of oppressed women and hopeless youths who are having to deal with everyday life struggles, which force some of them to embark on perilous irregular journeys hoping to get to Europe. As he explains the inspiration for some of these paintings, he hopes that he can serve as a voice for oppressed women and youth who have little or no opportunities through his art.
Some women have been trapped in a situation that they cannot even find a sale pay out. Because as you can see, this market scene, in Gambia here, most of like the market vendors, most of them, 50% of them are women. They're in the market for the whole day. And the cost price of the foods, items and stuff are increasing every day. So some of them find it very difficult. This is the painting itself that makes me to have more energy on this exhibition. Because I feel like what will drive someone to risk their life in order to pursue a dream? That's a big question to me. So every time I will be thinking of why people are risking their life to go for a journey that you don't even know whether you will succeed or not. Women who have been left behind with their babies and they have been scared about every time the stories in the news will be talking about 10,000 people have been dead. So they're in a life that they don't even know whether their husbands will come back or not. All these problems that we are facing right now in the Gambia can be solved by these people that I don't paint faces, but everybody can feel yourself in it. So this is the solution table here. All these people are like the government, and they can even set us things that will stop us from going to bad way.
Justin Gashbo, whose institution Alliance Française de Gambia has partnered with Ibrahima as a venue for his exhibitions, speaks highly of his talent and advocates for more support for young people in the creative arts industry.
We are really glad as Alliance Française to host this exhibition from Ibrahima JT. It's actually not the first time we are working together. Last time we hosted him, it was in 2022. So it's a regular partnership. Our doors are always open to local Gambian artists, and especially Ibrahima JT being really one of the master Gambian painters. It's important for us to support him.
Ibrahima JT is gaining prominence within the creative arts sector due to his unique painting style. And for these people who came to support him, his work resonates with them and depicts stories of everyday life for many. While they admire his artistry, he looks forward to raising more awareness of issues affecting women and young people through art. Ansmane Swenyasi for KTV News.
Renowned Gambian artist One Park recently spoke about his inspirational artistic journey and youth advocacy. He emphasized that strong nations are built on the foundation of healthy youth and urges immediate action to tackle the ongoing drug crisis. Usman Jata engaged him, and this is his report.
One Park's success story is profoundly shaped by his past experiences as a convict at Mile 2 Central Prison. After enduring solitary confinement, he emerged determined to start anew and embrace a second chance at life. He turned to music and youth advocacy, using his history as the inspiration to make a positive impact on the nation's youth.
What motivates me is my own demise. God giving me a chance, to just remember He made me experience all that, to spread the word out there, which is like life. I discover myself and know that life have a purpose, my life have a purpose, and which is this: entertain, sensitize.
One Park's performances go beyond traditional concerts. They are immersive experiences where he connects with his audience by sharing his story and inspiring young people to chase their passions, regardless of their circumstances. At the 2024 Best of the Best concert at Q City, he wowed fans with a spectacular entrance, making the event unforgettable. Like many artists, One Park faces several challenges in his music career. Notably, he says he grapples with a lack of support to elevate his work, and sometimes his lyrics are misinterpreted by listeners. Despite these challenges, Park remains resilient, cultivating a strong mindset focused on growth and perseverance.
How I survive fundamentally, and at the first place is me doing me. My music have life. You get me? Because I'm saying me, what's going on with me, and how the society should be.
What
What makes One Pac different from other artists?
Yeah, because me, I'm not a singer only. I'm an artist. I educate, I advocate, I entertain.
Motivated by his experiences in prison, One Pac donated food provisions to Mile 2 Central Prison in 2020 through his initiative One Pac for Change. As his popularity grows, he actively performs at community events, sharing messages of resilience and empowerment with his audience.
Thank God I'm a living testimony of what's going on today. So I'll use my experience to reach them a message that will benefit every good listener and abiding with it.
In light of the rising drug abuse among young people, particularly concerning the life-threatening drug use, One Pac has been actively raising awareness about addiction and recovery. He firmly believes that strong nations are built on the foundation of healthy youth, urging the country to seek solutions to the drug crisis to prevent further harm.
The damage has been done already, and there's a problem. All we gotta focus now is to find a solution. Educate them, give them attention and chance.
Known as the Mandinka Machiavelli, One Pac is looking to expand his One Pac for Change campaign to engage even more young people. This nickname pays homage to the late rapper Tupac, who also issued records under the name Machiavelli. One Pac aims to highlight the significance of community support and the power of self-expression. One Pac's journey from prison to purpose exemplifies the power of transformation. His story is a beacon of hope, reminding us that with determination and support, anyone can overcome their past and inspire others to do the same. Osman Chata, reporting for QTV News.
That is all we have for you in this bulletin. Join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Weekend Review with Ade Darami and Momo Dumboj and Lamindi Sonko doing the sign language translations. Thanks for watching.